All right, let's go. Let's do it. Let's exchange some sports concepts and rationalizations. And after we're done, we'll give you a chance to take home a prize pack, Beef. That includes what, my friend?
Yeah, someone's getting hooked up at the end of the segment. Keep listening for your chance to win not only a $50 gift certificate for dinner at Seven Bridges Grill and Brewery, but you'll also be our last entry for today's or this week's grand prize, which is a pair of Jags Texans Ducats, complete with admission for two to the tailgate experience that comes with food and beverage before the game.
Ooh.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Lauren Brooks, I'll start with this for you. If you were allowed, you're allowed one win this football season, one where you can say, okay, the Jaguars, we kind of did this last night on the TV show. You're allowed one win to pick, guaranteed, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, in other words, you can tell me right now the Jags will be 4-3 after Sunday. Is it time to use that? Is it time to pull out that poker chip and stop the bleeding, or do you want to hold on to that poker chip for later in the season?
Oh, that's really tough, Dan. It's an excellent question.
Thank you.
The Jaguars need to get a victory. They need some sort of semblance of confidence going into London against the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
The fan in me wants to say I reserve that win because I really want the Steelers' victory on Sunday night here at home.
Mm-hmm.
But if the Jaguars lose to the Texans, I'm not sure how they regroup moving forward. They've got to be able to find a way to win based off of all these different injuries and how incredibly bad this offense has been. So I'm going to say, unfortunately, I have to use it. I hate that I have to, but I'm going to use it.
Breaking. She's using the chip. I'm holding on to the chip myself. I'm not willing to give it up at 3-4. And you're right. I think if they lose this Sunday, I don't think they're going to go to, although they have a chance in London because they understand London, but I'm not sure that they beat the Eagles either. That would make them 3-5 at the break. And But really, when I think about it, I just want them to get to 4-4 at the break. And then it's clear to me that Leonard Fournette's not coming back anytime soon. So I would say after the break, second half of the season. So I'm going to hold on to that chip, but I sure like them to win anyway on Sunday.
Certainly. Jaguars defensive coordinator yesterday, Todd Wash, said that the Jaguars need to stop trying to be so damn cute. How much blame do you put on not just Todd Wash, but put on the defense? Right now there's this big debate. Is it the offense? Is it the defense? The chicken versus the egg?
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's a good question. I think it's I think it's everybody. I think it's a combined. I think you win as a team, you lose as a team, and I think the offense, we know what they are. They're mediocre, but the defense are the ones who have told us how good they've been and how good they're going to be. And they're not better than last year. They're worse than last year, and they shouldn't be. So that's why I put the Cowboys' loss on the defense. Again, it'd be one thing if it was 6-0 Dallas at the half, and then Dallas pulled away and won 18-3, okay? It was 24-0 at the half. As bad as the offense was, the defense was the same. It was 3-and-out, field goal, 3-and-out, touchdown, 2 first downs, touchdown, 3-and-out, touchdown. So that's why the defense is the one that's supposed to carry us. So I guess the argument that I always make is if watching the Jags offense go 3-and-out right off the bat makes them go, oh, God, we're not going to win today, then they are the weakest mental football team I've ever seen in my life.
Shut you down!
Thank you very much. So, I don't buy that.
Right now, it seems like if you're a mobile quarterback, you're going to be able to do damage against this team because the way the Jaguars' pass rush is built is they're only going to get to quarterbacks who are standing still in the pocket. Well, you've got to be able to adjust. And I don't know if that's Todd Wash or if that's the guys themselves, what percentage of blame to place, but they've got to be able to figure it out. And I think the linebackers really need to step up. That's one area that I thought would be much better this season. I thought they'd be stars. I thought Miles Jack would be one of the biggest names in all of the NFL right now. And right now, it's just not the case.
Jags are challenged offensively, Lauren Brooks. So, again, here's a suggestion, and then you can comment on it. But if you were watching the Denver-Arizona game last night on Fox 30, Thursday Night Football, by the way, what you saw is a Denver Broncos offense that is challenged offensively. So you know what they did? They ran a reverse to Emmanuel Sanders, who then threw a touchdown pass to Cortland Sutton. Those are the kind of play that gave them a 14-0 insurmountable type lead. Those are the kind of plays that we're looking for from the Jaguars offense. So I implore Nathaniel Hackett, again, I don't think they're good enough right now with a beat-up offensive line, no running backs, no tight ends, to just win playing smash-mouth, crossing route football like they have done this season. The Houston Texans defense is too good to allow that. So I think they're going to have to rely on, and I'm not saying these unbelievable trick plays, but I'm saying you got to put some wrinkles into the offensive game plan. I thought he tried last week early on. He had Blake run one. They tried the little reverse to Niles Paul. Not sure how great of a call that was, but at least they were trying. Do the Jaguars have to go to those type of things if they're going to muster up enough points to beat Houston on Sunday, or can they win just conventionally?
No, they can't win conventionally. We've seen that they're not good enough. You're talking about an offensive line that's not able to protect the quarterback. You're talking about a quarterback that makes some bad decisions. You're talking about receivers who are not bailing him out. And then the entire tight end group has been decimated. I really don't know who's going to start at tight end when you've got all these recent injuries, especially to James O'Shaughnessy. So they're going to have to
O'Shaughnessy.
They're going to have to get gimmicky if they're going to try and beat the Texans, or else the defense is going to literally have to post a shutout and have like multiple pick sixes in order to win. Is what it seems based off of the last 2 weeks. All right, let's get it off of football for a second. One subject we have not discussed yet: the NBA G League is now going to offer star prospects $125,000 as an alternative to going to college for 1 year. So those one and dones will be over. If your son was going to have this deal or have the option to go play for John Calipari at Kentucky, what would you encourage him to do?
First off, that pretty much puts an end to Big Daddy Ball's league, right? Because he was doing the same kind of thing, right? Was
Lamar Ball?
Yeah. So
LeVar Ball.
A hater.
Yeah. Sorry, LeVar. I would want my kid to go to college personally. But I also understand that, college isn't for everybody. If you're not willing to do the work, that's a better option. That's a better option than maybe having to go overseas or something. Although you can make more money going overseas, and it's you know what, but it may be short-sighted. You better be good enough to get into the NBA. Because $125,000 for 1 year sounds like that's a nice paycheck first year out of high school. But big picture, you're not going to be making $125,000 for, 15 straight years playing in the G League. If you don't make it to the NBA after 1 year, then you're screwed. So
you can't go play college basketball after
right.
that.
So anyway, yeah, that's I like the idea in concept, but you still I would still encourage kids, listen, do the work, get your education, go to school, learn something, make yourself smarter so you can be more marketable away from the game.
But the rebuttal to that
well.
is you can always go to college.
Yeah.
If you're focused on basketball at that time, and if you think you are going to be a star, at least in the beginning of the NBA, then why wouldn't you take the deal, start your career, and then you can always go to college after? But I do think I'm a huge fan of college basketball, and I think these guys learned so much under the tutelage of guys like, Krzyzewski and Calipari and even, some of the lower level college coaches, Mike White, for instance. Like, I think they grow so much, even in that 1 year, even if they only spend the 1 year in college, that I think that's invaluable.
Last question, Lauren Brooks, and the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron started their season last night.
Who knew?
If I had told you LeBron was going to score 26 and Hart was going to score 20 off the bench and Ingram was going to get 16 points and even JaVale McGee was going to kick in with 13, and you were playing a team that, had the starters like Aminu and Layman and Nurkic and McCollum, and Damian Lillard's a star.
Yep.
I guess I'm asking you, and it's only one game, but the Lakers probably should win that game.
Yeah, with that much help for LeBron, they probably should. But, I think we're seeing, this is, like you said, it's just one game, but I think we're seeing that this is not going to be the year for the Lakers. We kind of knew that already. But this is his year to, play some basketball and then hope to see what stars he gets next year.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Listen, the biggest takeaway for me from that game.
Did you watch any of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The biggest takeaway for me from that game is that Lonzo Ball played about 19 minutes and Rajon Rondo played 32 minutes. And Rajon Rondo starts and Lonzo Ball's coming off the bench, and that's going to become a problem here fairly quickly, I think. So, interesting. how it all broke down, and we'll see what happens with the Lakers. Again, it's a long season; it's just one game. But
I'm impressed you watched NBA. I had football and baseball only.
yes, well, baseball takes till like 2 a.m. for some reason, and so although the last night's game ended before midnight, but baseball takes forever, so you can kind of flip around if it's not your team.
Yeah.
And football was over, like I said, in the first quarter. So, man, Josh Rosen had a rough night. No question about
He did,
that.
but you had to feel good for David Price.
Von Miller kept his promise.
He did.
Yeah, he said they were going to kick their ass, and they did.
Yeah. We need a little bit more of that if we're going to boast around here, I think. All right, so let's do caller number 1. First guy off the bat right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's going to get, like we said, $50 to Seven Bridges Grill and Brewery, and you'll be entered for a chance for a pair of tickets to Jags Texans with admission to the tailgate experience, complete with food and beverage before the game. Caller 1!
Let's get ready, by the way.
Fastest fingers.
Somebody's
Friday
already on the line.
5-pack next right here.